Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg, and thought I'd listen to some more music today, so glad you guys are here. And this is John Schumann and the Vagabond Crew. I guess he was the guy from Red Gum. And so this is called Scots of the Riverina, and it's John Schumann and the Vagabond Crew. This is in 2010, so let's go ahead and check it out. Whoops, if I can get it going.
This next one's also from Behind the Lines. It's also on the Lawson album. During the First World War, Henry Lawson, who, if you didn't know, was a dead set drunk, was making a nuisance of himself around Circular Quay in Sydney, and the New South Wales government gave him one of the first literary grants. They gave him a few quid and a train ticket and said, get the hell out of Sydney and down to Leeton, where he lived for a few years and wrote some poetry during the First World War. Some of it was a bit ordinary when he was on the Terps, and some of it was unadulterated genius. This is a piece of unadulterated genius called Scots of the Riverina. And the boy cleared out to the city from his home about Christmas time. They were Scots of the Riverina. To run from home was a crime. The old man burned his letters, and the first and the last he burned. And he scratched his name from the Bible, and the old girl's back was turned. And a year went past and another, and the trip went down the line. They had heard the boy had enlisted, but the old man made no sign. And his name must never be mentioned on the farm like under Guy. They were Scots of the Riverina, with ever the church hard by. The boy came home on his final, the township's bonfire burned, and his mother's arms were around him, and the old man's back was turned, and his daughters begged for pardon. The old man raised his hand, and a Scot of the Riverina, he was hard to understand.
The boy was killed in Flanders, where the bravest heroes died. There were tears at the Graham homestead, and grief in Gundagai. But the old man plowed at daybreak, and he plowed and plowed the dirt. There were furrows of pain in the orchard, and the household went to the church.
Lamp in the rafters, yeah, dimly and dimly burned. The old man died at the table, and the old girl's back was turned. Face down on his bare arms folded, and he sank in his wild grey hair. In the spread of the open Bible, there's a name rewritten there.
that was really good. Yeah, the poetry was very, very intense, and you really had to pay attention. I mean, I still couldn't catch all the words, but it was like the song was commanding you to pay attention to what the guy was saying, and the flow of the poetry. And then the band was really nice. I mean, that's one of those deals where, I'm so freaking judgmental when it comes to music, and, I'm kind of a dick at times. But from the first 5 notes, they had me, and that is often the case. I'll go through videos and I'll play just a minute of it, to see if the sound is good and all that routine, but I'll listen to 5 notes of the song. And I can tell right then whether it's going to be something I like. I mean, there's stuff, in between that I can't tell and all that, but often. And from the first chords of that electric guitar, man, that was just killer. And then the whole thing, the whole instrumentation on the song was just great. The stops that they would make were really pretty. I mean, they weren't complete stops, but enough where it. The band was tight, and then you had that violinist go off on basically a lead solo, and then you had the electric guitarist come in there and a little lead duel almost. I don't know. They were really good. They were really enjoying themselves too. You could. That violinist was a hoot. I was really enjoying that. Anyway, that was a good song. As usual, I've listened to a couple of things by this guy, and man, he's great. And then the stuff I've listened to from Red Gum, of course, the famous song, I Was Only 19, which, is just a little too much at times. I mean, when I watched that shit, man, I just, I don't know, it just really ripped a hole in me. It was too intense. This was a little more doable. But anyway, I hope you guys liked it, and I'll be back in a minute, and hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.